1 minute from now into this brand new Newbies Only workshop. It's an introduction for newbies. It's an introduction to earning your first dollar online and how to scale from $10 a day to $100 a day and beyond. It's really, really, really exciting what we have in store for you guys. Can't wait to get underway. And I'm just going to give it 60 more seconds just to allow more of you guys to enter the room. As I can see, we've got a lot of people entering every second. Just give yourself just a moment to turn off any distractions. Get yourself a glass of water if you need one, and get yourself a pen and paper and ready to take lots of notes. And I'll get this underway very, very shortly. Could you just please type into the Q&A box whether or not you can see me okay? I mean, see my screen. You should see us. You should see me and my family and a couple of products, images there, and an income screenshot I quickly grabbed from one of my many accounts. Cool, seeing loud and clear. Yes, I can see your screen. Yes, yes, looking great. Awesome, awesome. Thanks, guys. Awesome. Yep. No, that's fantastic. And we will be getting underway in just a few moments. I noticed that there's a lot of comments coming through. Sorry if I don't address your comment individually just at the second. There's a lot of people on this workshop from all over the world, and we are getting underway in approximately 20 seconds from now. So what's going to happen on this particular workshop is I'm going to be chatting to you guys at the start of it. I'm a member of Nick Torson and Max Sylvester's Brains Trust. I am a super affiliate millionaire and have been making millions of dollars in affiliate commissions for several years. And I've got a lot of valuable information to share with you guys about how it's done right back to the newbies level. And so we're going to start as though you've never made a dollar before online, and then we're just going to go through all the steps. And then Nick and Max are going to go even further into things so that you just get a deep understanding about how the entire process works. And then they'll be opening the doors one last time if you want to join their Quit 9 to 5 Academy program, where the doors are just about to close. This class is about to start, and that will be a final reopening of that particular program, which is about to close. Okay, so I'll give it another 10 more seconds and then we will get underway. Hello, everybody. You're listening to Mark Ling, and welcome to this Newbies Only introduction to earning your first dollar online and how to scale from $10 a day to $100 a day and beyond. I'm Mark Ling. I have also got with me Nick Torson and Max Sylvester, who are muted in the background, and I will bring them on. I'll bring them on soon. But first, I've got a few things to share with you guys about. First of all, quickly about my background story, and secondly about the basics of how affiliate marketing works, how to earn commissions. How does it work if you've never made a dollar before online? What if you've never even put a web page online before? You know, what if you're a complete technical phobie? Well, this is for you. Okay, so who am I anyway? Well, I first got started several years ago when I was a pizza delivery boy. I was at university at the time. I was living in a cold, rundown apartment with a bunch of other students who all of them ended up dropping out of university and college and places that they were at, and all of them ended up getting into drugs and other things. It was not a great environment to be in, and it was cold. I could see my own breath in the morning. I didn't have a lot of money, and I ended up getting into a lot of debt, student loan debt and other things, credit cards and stuff like that. I was multiple tens of thousands of dollars in debt, and a bit stressed out because I wasn't enjoying what I was doing at university either. And that's when my friend Charlie introduced me to affiliate marketing. He was only earning $50 a week from in affiliate commissions. He'd set up a little web page he called it something like the Melissa Joan Hart picture site or something like that. And he had a banner ad on there that said, want a girlfriend like Melissa Joan Hart? Click here. And if people clicked on it, they'd go off to an online dating site. And if they joined, he would get, say, $50 in commissions. And on average, each week, he'd get $50 US, which was then about 100 New Zealand dollars. And I had to work about 14 or 15 hours a week part-time to earn $100. So I was jealous. Like, I was thinking, man, and you only worked an afternoon. Why are you not spending more time doing this? He said, well, I've got assignments. I've got this and that going on. I said, I don't care. I'm dropping out of class. Well, I'm not turning up to all my classes. I would do this. Do you mind if I copy you and do this stuff? And he said, yeah, that's fine. And he showed me how it all worked. And I got underway. And by the end of that year, I was already making over $4,000 US a year. At that time, the New Zealand dollar dropped quite a bit. So it meant that was over 10,000 New Zealand dollars a week within a year. It was insane. Following on from that, I tried to sell my website, and things didn't go so good because I signed a contract that things weren't worded the way that it was explained to me. So I ended up not getting fully paid. Most of it actually was not paid for. So I lost everything that I had, this great earnings, and I had a bunch of employees at that time because I was hiring people to help scale things and grow bigger. And I ended up getting to $80,000 in debt on that, plus my $40,000 student loan, which I hadn't paid. So then I was $120,000 in debt, and I had no website, and there was a non-competition clause in there that meant I could not make money by building the celebrity site that linked off to a dating site. I couldn't do that anymore. So I had to come up with something brand new. So I ended up going and working in a call center and just answering phone claims for motor vehicle accidents. And it was soul destroying and boring. And I was earning about $15 to $16 an hour. And I'm not saying it's a bad job to have it. I'm just saying I could not ever have hoped to pay off that $120,000 in debt that I now had from legal fees, accounting fees, and other stuff, that I'd quickly built up by trying to, get my site back. And that's when I discovered a whole new world of affiliate marketing. Like, I discovered all of these different niches: dog training, personal development, health and fitness, physical products, and earning commissions from those. And I decided to apply what I used to do before, but to those niches instead, and see if it worked. And then I'd made my modifications, and next thing I knew, I was making money again, and that I was able to scale it and make more money by reinvesting more back in. And within 18 months, I'd paid off the entire $120,000 I had in debt. I'd gone from being stressed out, couldn't sleep, to doing extremely well, and I've never looked back from there. And then I went on to making my own products as well as promoting other people. So there are some great offers out there, by the way. Like I've done really well promoting an offer called Unsinkable by Sonia Ricotti. And I can see in the Q&A box, a couple of people have said, hey, I know Sonia, I love her stuff. Yeah, she's got a wonderful offer, really, really great program that helps people bounce back when life knocks them down. And I promote that offer to, I promote it using online advertising. And as a result, I earn thousands of dollars in commissions from promoting the offer. People end up getting exactly what they needed at that point in time in their life, because it's a very good quality program for anyone whose life has suddenly gone off track, for instance. And, so it's a win-win all round. I make commissions, which means I don't have to deliver the offer. And the person who's gone and got it, it was what they needed at that point in time. Manifestation Miracles, and another offer that I co-own with somebody else, which also pays out very high commissions and is a really, really high quality personal development program. There are many other offers, though, in many other niches. I've done well in language learning, personal development, dating and relationships. I've done well with some physical products, affiliate promotions. I know Nick and Max have done really well with all sorts of stuff, from water coolers to charcoal bags to iPhone chargers, and the dating niche and the weight loss niche and all sorts. So there's so many great offers that pay out excellent commissions. All right, and it's a really, really exciting world to be in. And where I'm at now, I'm married. I've got the most wonderful wife. I've got 3 lovely children. We love to travel together. I coach kids' sports teams. I coach 2 touch rugby teams and a cricket team. An online entrepreneur. I do projects that I love as well. Even beyond affiliate stuff, I've gone on to make several of my own products, even a documentary series in the health niche. Like, you can do all sorts of passion projects when you are making more. I've got lots of great friends and in a close relationship with my family. I love watching and playing sports, but also a lot of people rely on me. My mum, who's got a mental illness, relies on me for income. I've got other people, family members, that rely on me as well, both financially and also just for me to just have my full wits about me. Even if you're financially fine, you've got to be mentally fine too. I mean, if you've got kids and other people that your mental state rubs off on, it all matters. And so I know it's my responsibility. It's not just an option for me. It's my responsibility to be successful and continue to be successful. And then I've got students as well who I need to make sure are doing well. I've got staff members that they rely on me, that they're going to have a great job for years to come. But that's okay. I would rather be that person than be the person that is relying on others, because there's more strength from within. If you choose to accept it, there's more strength inside you than there is outside of you. Like, at least it's easier to tap into it. And I just want to move on now. I just want to let you know there are 3 main ways to make money. I've met a lot of millionaires. In fact, I have over 100 millionaires on my Skype alone that I'm friends with. All right. And then, I've got other friends from high school, university, and elsewhere as well that are not millionaires. And throughout everybody that I know in life, there are 3 main ways that people make money. Number 1, getting paid time for money. Like, maybe getting paid, say, $35 an hour for being an accountant, or maybe it'll be on a salary for $70,000 a year, or $15 an hour, say, for being a coffee shop waitress. Maybe you'd get paid less and get paid tips on top, but essentially, that you're getting paid time for money. That's one way to make money. Type in time for money in the Q&A box if that's how you get paid. Okay, because I just want to know where you guys are at. Okay, look, I'm seeing quite a few people typing it in already. So I see a lot of you guys have regular day jobs, and not all of you, I'm sure, because I'm noticing a few of you guys already typing in paid commissions, paid dividends. Great. Okay, but most of you, type in paid commissions if that's what you get paid, or paid dividends if that's what you get paid. Okay, I'm seeing some people say that they get paid other things as well. I see royalties, I see profits that are not dividends. I get you. That's essentially dividends, though, and what I mean anyway. Okay, and then, or royalties are like commissions in a sense. Okay, cool. So the number 2 way is getting paid commissions. So say a real estate agent, they may earn commissions on sales of property, like $15,000 for the sale of the house. Maybe an insurance person earns a commission on selling life insurance. There are all sorts of commissions. One of my friends, also called Mark, he used to make a lot of commissions selling chemical supplies to farmers. So you could earn a lot in commissions from different types of businesses. And then there's paid dividends. So you get paid dividends based on investments. So some people make a lot of money from that. Some people get paid dividends on the ownership in their own business. So they own a business, it turns profits, and then they either pay themselves a big wage or they'll just take money out in the form of dividends. or drawings, So there's that, and obviously there's capital gains as well. I kind of call that like it's like dividends. If you own property and that property goes up in value, or you're getting paid rent and stuff like that, it's kind of like dividends. It's money based on your investment. Okay, so the other three main ways overall of making money, but overall above that, real wealth. Where does that come from? Like, where does the wealth come from in order to pay you time for money? I mean, if you're an accountant for an accounting firm, the accounting firm doesn't just get money out of thin air to give to you. It comes from somewhere. Or this commission from sales comes from somewhere. Or these dividends, they come from somewhere, right? Well, where do they come from? Where does real wealth come from for any business who pays wages, commissions, and dividends? Well, it comes from simple formula. Leads times conversion rates times customer lifetime value equals the money made. So let's look at it from the point of view of a coffee shop. A coffee shop, the leads would be the people, let's say one form of leads would be people that walk past the coffee shop. So there might be, let's say, 500 people walk past a coffee shop on the way to a shopping mall every day. Now, of those 500, if let's say 50 of them see a sign outside and decide to walk into the shop, right, then your leads, then you've basically, let's say of those 50, that I should say, you've got 500 people, and let's say 50 of them walk into your shop and buy something, then your conversion rate is 10%. So you had 500 leads and 50 of them walked into the shop and bought at least something. That is a 10% conversion rate. So your leads were 500, you had 500 leads, and you had 10% walked in. All right, and then your customer lifetime value is how much does each of those now spend on average in the space of a year, say, and maybe that value, can become bigger and bigger if your business is better and better at what it does. Any one of those numbers can be tweaked to be made better. You might get more leads by running radio ads. You might get higher conversion rates by offering specials and offering more attractive products that are more likely to get purchased. The wording of your signage outside, the types of seats that you buy and how you arrange them, the music that you're playing, could increase those. Customer lifetime value. Do people recommend others to come back, or do they keep coming back because they're enjoying where they are? That can be increased. Maybe there's more product for them to purchase as well if it was a different type of business. That can go up and up, and that's what equals wealth. Okay? And the reason I'm letting you know this is because real money is made by getting in front of one of those things, right? It's when you're working in a role that's outside of those three things, then that's not directly related to it, then you do earn what most people earn, which is, number one, paid time for money. All right? So as a result, most people, they actually choose option one, get paid money for their time. Here's why. Well, one is we're taught in school. We're always given all of the various job options that there are as opportunities. Be an accountant, be a lawyer, be a doctor, be a dentist, be a vet, you name it. Most of the talk is about getting a job. We're taught in school, so we think that way. Most other people have jobs, so we do too. And there's nothing wrong with having a job, by the way. I'm not saying that there is. It is just very hard to get ahead financially, like to get that financial freedom that you may need if you solely have a job. Some people manage to become millionaires by having a job and a side income, doing some of the stuff that we teach you on this webinar. So pay close attention. But having a job alone actually makes it difficult to do that. Our parents and others expect us to get a job, and when you take a risk and start out as an entrepreneur or try to do something, people often have something to say about that, and they think that it's not going to work instantly, and that makes it hard, because it can be a self-fulfilling prophecy. If a little mistake happens here and there and you don't have supportive people around you, then it's easy to just go back and just go, I'll just do what they're telling me because I feel bad. It's low short-term risk having a job. I mean, what's the worst that can happen when you start a new job? Worst happens. Generally, you don't like it. Is about the worst that can happen. Maybe you won't like the people you work with as well, but I mean, it's great. You get paid money and you know how much is coming in each week. It is reliable. So, and it can make it easier for you to, say, get a mortgage or something like that in the first place, if you've got a job. Okay, so most people do choose number one, but the problems are that you can get not able to save enough money for retirement or vacations to some of your bucket list destinations, or to pay off the house, or to support your family and stuff like that. Lack of time freedom as well, because you can struggle to get the time off on the right days that you need it to. For vacations, or to spend more time with your family. Like, what if your child does well in the school sports and it's on a certain day that you want to take time off work to go see them? And not everybody's in a job position where they are allowed to do that. Some of you are, but not everybody is. And it's really, really important. So having a job is great. It provides stability, but it's not necessarily good enough by itself as a long-term strategy. So as a long-term strategy, it's better generally to have options 2 or 3, or to have a combination of, say, 1 and 2. Like, having a job is great, but have a side income as well. I know some millionaires that have a full-time job, but they're making an extra $500 to $1,000 a week in, say, affiliate commissions online. So that is a mortgage payment, and it can cover their groceries as well. That can be the difference between being financially free and financially sort of struggling and stressed and tied down. So are you, though, I want to ask you a question. Are you addicted to hourly wage income? Because once we get used to one form of mental reward, it's actually hard for our brains to accept that another form of reward may be better. For instance, someone goes to the casino and they hear all of the bells and whistles every time they win some money on a slot machine. And it's addictive. It really is highly addictive. Even if they are losing money overall, they keep coming back again and again and again because of these mental rewards going on, that circuitry. It's incredible. Well, similar thing to a lesser extent and with less risk does happen in the form of jobs. So you might get once a year, or once every 2 years or every 3 years, you may get a pay rise, and a pat on the back, and maybe an award and things like that might happen at work, and you feel really good, and you get some achievements. And it is great to get these things, and you see the pay come in your pay packet and so forth. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it can be quite addictive to the point where you ignore the fact that having a side income is actually something that everyone should be doing now, because it's gone are the days where you have your same job for 50 years and then you retire, and then you've got some pension lined up by your company and you're all good to go. Life's a bit different. Yes, salary and wages are more predictable, and that can make it more addictive as well, because most other people we know get paid this way as well. And if you're getting paid more than someone else, that can be addictive too, because you feel like you're doing better, and maybe you're comparing yourself against the wrong people though, because most people become their income becomes the average of their 5 best friends, because those are the people that they're most influenced by. It doesn't have to be that way, and there is much less risk, I guess, earning an hourly wage than starting a business or making any form of an investment. But are you addicted to hourly wage income? Type a yes if you think you are, and no if you think you're not, and an unsure if you think you're unsure. I am actually seeing a lot of people typing in yes, but I'm also seeing a lot of people typing in no, which is great. So you're not addicted, but I'm seeing a lot of no, but coming in through as well. Like, no, but I'm stuck. No, but I have to. I get that. Absolutely, I get that. But that's a better place to be. No, but, you know, I'm stuck here. At least you know, okay, I do want to have a side income. Because just that fact that you're here on this webinar and that you want to have a side income on top, that separates you from the average person who thinks about money already. And it's really helpful because the wealthiest people get paid commissions, dividends, or royalties. Real wealth is made by being part of the sales process. That means earning commissions from sales, or owning or being an investor in a successful business, or earning royalties for a product that you've helped create maybe that is selling well. It means like getting in front of the money end of things. And the internet has brought on a new wave of millionaires. I personally made my first $450,000 online from being an affiliate. So I was earning commissions promoting other people's products online. So I didn't have to be a real estate agent. I didn't have to be, be an insurance salesman or something. I could just set up simple web pages that promote other people's products and earn commissions. So essentially, an audience sees my advertisement. They visit my simple page, they see a desirable, relevant offer, and if some of them buy, I earn commissions. And then if that's profitable, because I might be paying for my advertisements, then I can reinvest and reinvest and reinvest and scale up my spending and so forth and earn a lot of money. And that's how a lot of money is made at its simplest form as an affiliate. And it's really, really exciting. And it's something you can do in just a few hours a week online from home. That's, the beauty of this stuff. The internet has brought on a new wave of successes and thousands of millionaires. I've been to affiliate summits before where there'll be like 4,000 people there, and every second person I meet is making over $1,000 a week, and maybe every fifth person I meet is making over $1,000 a day. And I meet several that are doing over 10,000 a day. Well, of Nick and Max's students that quit 9 to 5 Academy, and they only took on a small handful of beta testing students, maybe 17 to 20 or something like that. And of them, so many are already doing over $100 a day, and several over $1,000 a day. And 3 of them so far, and about to become 4 by the looks of things, are doing over 10,000 a day. It's incredible. I've met David over in the UK actually a few months back when I was over there, and he's doing incredibly well. It's phenomenal, as you can see by his figures there on the left, doing over $10,000 a day. And yes, he's spending round about half, I think it is from memory, in terms of his profitability. So imagine if you cut what you see in half, and that's roughly his profit. That's pretty incredible. And then we've got over here, we've got Margot, who used to have her goal of making $100 a day, and is now at the age of 53. I think she's above 53. Sorry, I think it's somebody else that was 53. Sorry, off the top of my head, but she's in her 50s, and now she's at the $1,000 a day threshold. So that's that's amazing. Then there's Paul over here, who's had her first $1,000 a day, a couple of them already. 53 years old, doing really well. And then there's Robbie over here, who has been really just phenomenally just powering up. $47,491 on January the 19th, did over $980,000 in January, and in February done over $1 million. I think for him it was something like 40% or something like that was his rate of profit. It's still very high. It's utterly incredible. He's gone from being a guy that works out lots at the gym, to applying his dedication to making money on the internet, earning commissions without even having an email list. It's incredible. So, as I said before, I earned my first $450K from being an affiliate, earning commissions, promoting other people's stuff. And here's how it works. Essentially, you create an ad, you send them to a simple page, right? And then you have a product that pays commissions, and you earn money. Like, for instance, I may have an ad. Let's say I was to run an ad towards women who are aged, let's say 50, who have children who are about 21. So therefore, at that point, I would be thinking maybe their kids are leaving home. Maybe it's time for a bit of a change in their life, and sometimes that can bring about a bit of stress and stuff like that, and things just crop up at that point. So a certain percentage of them who sees, say, an ad that says, "Hey, has your life changed recently? Has life seemingly gone off track? Here are 12 steps to a happy life," or something like that. Then they'll go to a simple page that might lead to a sales page or something like that for a product that pays great commissions, like in this case, Sonia Ricotti's Unsinkable program. And then you can earn loads and loads of commissions and so forth. And that's how the process works. It could be somebody that owns a Weimaraner, which is a breed of dog. And then it could lead them to a simple page asking them about certain dog behavioral problems they may have, and then link off to a dog training product, and then you earn commissions. Right? Can you see how this works? Please type yes if you're excited about this method, because we will get into more detail in a moment. Just want to see that everyone's with me. All right, I'm seeing lots of yeses flow through. Great. I'm seeing the word excited coming in. Good. Awesome. George, Sandra, great. Awesome. And sorry, guys, if you've asked questions that I haven't been able to answer immediately. We do have people on, a couple of people on the chat who are answering questions. Sorry if we don't get to you quickly, as a lot of people on this particular call. We're doing our absolute best with all of that, and we'll take more questions later. There are such a great variety of offers across a wide variety of niches. So that's particularly exciting also. As you can see, like there's stuff in the health niche, the woodworking plans niche, there's stuff to do with manifesting your ideal dream life, your own personal development. There's a personal development program on the secret neuroscience of millionaires, and it includes like how to think like a millionaire, plus the self-hypnosis tracks that help you program all of those correct beliefs around money, and not just beliefs but strategies as well, just ingrain it into your brain. There's stuff to do with supplements, there's dog training, there's water coolers, portable water coolers. There's obviously Sonia's program. There's Food, Health and You. This is the documentary series that I was telling you about. It's designed to help people live longer, prevent and reverse disease, pays out excellent commissions. And there are dozens of other great offers across a variety of niches. So you don't have to make the product yourself. You don't have to stock and store any inventory. You just have to write the ads and create the simple pages and run it and earn the commissions. Fantastic. So what I want to do is I'm going to mute myself now, and I'm going to introduce you to Nick and Max. So I see Max, you're going to unmute yourself. So what I'll do is I will mute myself now, and I'm going to pass you over to Max.
Well, thanks for that intro, and thanks for filling us in on your affiliate success story. We really have a lot of value with having you as part of the Brain Trust. So for those of you that don't know Nick and I, my name is Max Sylvester, and my business partner is Nick Torsen. I'm sure you guys have heard a lot about Nick, as he's been in a lot of the marketing and advertising, and he's a really big player in the space. So Nick, he lives in California. He's got a 2-year-old son and a newborn daughter. Nick's always been passionate about starting online businesses to escape the 9-to-5. He wanted to start a family and just have the freedom to do whatever he wants to do without ever worrying about when the next check is going to come in, or having to worry about dealing with a boss or the commute or getting to work on time, any of that stuff. Nick didn't want to have to worry about anything and wanted to have the money to have the freedom to do whatever he wanted when he wanted. So Nick started online in 2004. As for me, I live up in the Great White North. I live in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I'm also somewhat of a serial entrepreneur. I've always been passionate about not working a 9 to 5 and kind of blazing my own trail and making my own way in the world without having to wake up to an alarm clock or have a boss or any of that. I'm an ex-hedge fund trader. I've been trading stocks for over a decade until I found this business, and I've been online since 2007. So together, Nick and I have about 27 years of combined experience online making money. So I'd like to tell you both of our stories to kind of give you some insight on the journeys that we've been through and the struggles that we went through in order to get where we are today. So I'll start with Nick. So Nick's story began back in 2004 when his mom told him that he had to get up, get out of the house, and get a job. Naturally, he went out and applied at a bunch of places. Never really got a phone call back. So he kept his search up, tried reaching out to a bunch of employees at the companies, and pretty much just struggled his way onto a job at S&G Carpet, in fact, which was a flooring company. So fast forward 4 years, Nick's been working at the flooring company, just kind of doing his thing, and he's not really enjoying it too much. I mean, he's doing hard labor every day. Flooring's not that easy. He's waking up. He's got to commute, an hour and a half both ways. And he's just really not happy about his life in general. So he's thinking to himself, there has to be something better out there. And so naturally, through his searches on the internet, he got marketed a bunch of courses. And let me tell you something about Nick. Nick's got the worst bright and shiny object syndrome I have ever seen. Nick has bought course after course after course in order to try and learn how to make money online. He'll see something, see one thing in it that looks good, and he'll buy it. I don't know if any of you guys are like that, but Nick absolutely loves to learn, and it's really easy to hook him on a course. That's something that's never changed. Now, Nick was buying all these courses, but he wasn't really taking any action on them. So he was making a few sales here and there, but nothing really ended up coming out of it. Every single night, he would come home and force himself to study so that he could eventually make enough money to leave his flooring job. All of his friends kept telling him that he was getting scammed and that what he was looking into was probably going to be a pyramid scheme. All his friends and family, his boss, absolutely everybody that he knew just kept telling him that, you know what, dude, it's not going to work out for you. You can't make money online. That's not even real. Just stop. You're wasting your time. But Nick was determined that one day he would make it and prove them wrong. How many years do you guys think it took Nick to actually figure this game out? Type a number in the chat box of how many years you actually think it took Nick to figure this whole game out. Okay, I'm seeing 1 year. Well, that's nice. 2 years, 3 years, 10 years. Well, 10 years isn't too far off. It took him from 2004 all the way up until 2013 to actually figure this out. And by that time, he was down to his last $500, but he knew he was close. He was so desperate that he actually stole his ex-girlfriend's credit card in order to purchase yet another course. So they got into a huge fight over that, and it was really bad. She kept yelling at him to refund the course. He kept telling her, no, he's going to make this work. All bad. I'm not sure if any of you have been there before, but it's not a comfortable situation. So at the time of his little credit card heist, work was extremely slow, and he was barely making ends meet. He knew something had to change, which is why he pulled his little desperate move. Bills were due, and it was the most stressful time in his life. He was running Facebook ads at the time, and the ads weren't working no matter what he tried. But little did Nick know, his big breakthrough was right around the corner. He met somebody online who actually gave him a piece of advice that turned his whole Facebook advertising career around. Gave him a little tip on how to adjust his ads, and as soon as Nick implemented it, his sales took off. Little did he know that that little tip was the foundation of the entire Quit 9 to 5 Academy system. So now a little bit about me. So I'm that nerdy whiz kid who graduated from high school at only 14 years old and somehow convinced my parents to let me take my college fund and trade it on the stock market. Naturally, being a numbers guy, the stock market went well for me. So by the time I was 17 years old, I was doing really well, making money, had a house, had pretty much everything I wanted. So fast forward till I'm 24 years old. Life had been pretty damn good up until then, until I found out that my girlfriend of 9 years was actually having an affair for the past 6 months. So naturally, we had a huge falling out, tried to make it work. That didn't work. And I let it get to me so bad that it actually ruined my trading career. I got emotional, and when you're emotional, you can't trade. And so naturally, I blew up my account. So what that means is I went from pretty much living a life where I get to get up, go to my computer, press some buttons, and have it spit out money, to working for minimum wage at my father's sports store. Kind of a huge reality check. So I spent a few months feeling really sorry for myself and really just in a super negative headspace. Didn't really know what to do, kept telling myself to just give it up and just accept reality and move forward with your life, work at the sports store, just do whatever to get by. Because my little dream of making money online had come to an end. My time was over. After a few months, my dad saw that I wasn't really picking myself up and getting back on my feet. So he sat me down, told me that I had to pick up and get out of here, meaning leave the little town that I'd grown up in, move to the city, and make something of myself. So after a few hours of having this talk, I resolved to get my life back together, and I picked up all my stuff and just moved to the city on a whim. So let me tell you guys, the next few years really were not pretty. They were a constant grind. For some reason, my dad had pumped me up to the point where I thought that I could get everything back as long as I just worked really hard and committed myself and pushed myself. I told myself I was going to do it, but this time I wanted to build a business. I don't know why, but I just had it in my head that I wanted to build a business and have my income a lot more automated than it was before, because even while trading, I had to get up and still actually kind of be active for my income. So I made a plan. I was going to just pick up any odd thing that I could find that would still allow me to work from home and string all of those little incomes together so that I could work on building a business. So I searched through hundreds of job postings per week, looking for high income generating activities that didn't require me to have a commute or a work schedule. I ended up piecing together so many little side jobs over the years, and they would come and go, but I would just keep doing them because they would allow me the time that I needed to actually work on my business. I mean, I sold cars, I sold $5,000 water ionizers, I tried MLM and network marketing, I did phone sales, sold extremely overpriced air filters door to door. That was fun. And I even sold frozen meat door to door. Also fun. But you know what? Through all of that, I wanted my life back so bad that I knowingly allowed myself to fall for those scammy, post on Craigslist or take a survey to generate $100 per day. And I really tried to make those things work, even though I knew that it probably had a very, very low chance of actually being able to generate money. So I attempted to build a few different businesses over the years, trying to get back here, but they ultimately all failed. There were ups and downs and months where I felt like I was getting somewhere. They didn't all fail right away, but in the end, they just didn't pan out. There were months where I could not even afford to pay for food. So I would literally just let myself starve because I was too stubborn to give up and just go get a 9-to-5 and just stop trying to build a business. For me, my aha moment was I remember seeing a webinar for a course on email marketing that completely opened my eyes to seeing what was possible with making money online. All of the businesses that I was trying to build were sales businesses, and I never really thought about online marketing. But as soon as I saw that course, I was hooked. So I bought it and began the cycle of failure once again. I started buying course after course and scraping together whatever I could to invest into learning how to make money online. So I did e-com, I did a Shopify store, I tried email marketing, which I really, really sucked at. I did pop traffic, tried organic traffic, SEO. Man, I tried everything. So I continued to fail forward until I stumbled upon some courses on paid traffic and Facebook ads for affiliate marketing. I started running ads, and finally, something actually took off. After a decade of trading, I guess I came to it with a pretty unique approach based on talking to my peers about it. Nobody seemed to be doing what I was doing, and my little strategy ended up producing some pretty crazy results. So I started seeking out other marketers who were also crushing it, so that I could improve and really, really take my results to the next level because I was starting to get somewhere. And that's when I met Nick. So Nick was doing well when we met. And we were really, really hungry to take it as high as we could. And we both wanted to be millionaires. And once we really started diving in and spending a lot of time like masterminding together, we really started to turn out some high commission months for us both. We started meeting other super affiliates online. And what we did was we ended up adding them to a Skype group. So this is so we could all mastermind together. And this little Skype group was what later became our Brain Trust, which is the foundation of the Quit 9 to 5 Academy system. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what our exclusive system actually is. So what we do is we're media buyers. So we buy traffic from platforms that sell us traffic like Facebook, like Google, like things like that. So what we would do is we would create an ad on that platform and we would pay Facebook, for example, to show it to potential buyers. So the ad goes out to potential buyers. They'll see it on their newsfeed, and not just any ad. It's going to be our secret ad template that we're going to show you guys in the course. So if they like the ad that they see, then they're obviously going to engage with it. They're going to click on it. Once they click on the ad, they're going to be taken to a simple landing page, which is going to further warm them up and kind of tell them about the product that we're selling. So if they like what they're reading and they're kind of warmed up and they want to buy the product, they'll click through again and they'll be taken to the offer. So from there, what happens is they'll be watching a video or they'll just get the full rundown on what the product actually is, and the product will prompt them to buy it. So they'll give them a price and they'll say, click this button if you want to buy now. So from there, what happens is, the customers either buy or not. So what we would do is we would go to our ads and see which ads actually worked, because we're going to have a bunch of different ads up there with a bunch of different targeting, meaning targeting is what you type in to the traffic platform. So for example, it's, weight loss, or you could target DIY, or you could target survivalism or something like that. So we're going to have a bunch of different targeting in there, and we're just going to switch off the ones that have not made sales, and then we're going to keep the ones on that have made sales. So what we're also going to do is we're going to retarget the people that have gone to the sales page but they haven't bought, and we're also going to create some interesting custom audiences from people who have bought to try and find more of them. So from there, what we would do is just scale up the winning ads. So we would invest more into the winning ads, or we would duplicate them, just so that we can double down on what's working. And from there, the money all just comes back to us from our results. So if we put out $50, hopefully we got out $100 back, and then we reinvest it and start the cycle all over again. So our business model is quite unique compared to a lot of the things that you guys have probably heard of out there for online businesses. So I just want to give you a 10,000 foot overview of what this business is not, now that you've kind of gotten a glimpse into what it is. So unlike a bunch of businesses out there that are online businesses, you don't actually need to do a whole bunch of the heavy lifting when it comes to the stuff that you need to do before you're selling the product. So what you don't need to do, you don't need to go out and get any clients. So you don't need to go and knock on any doors of businesses, and you don't need to cold call any business owners or anything like that to get them on a retainer. You don't need to do any product fulfillment, so or collect payments or house inventory. So nothing like that. For those of you that have heard of e-commerce, so like building a Shopify store or something like that, you don't need to do any of that stuff. That can be very time consuming, and we don't do that. The vendors do it for us actually. So that's great. They just let us sell the product once they've created the store. You don't need to store a product, so you don't need to create your own product actually, or drop ship it or anything like that. The vendors will do all that stuff for you. You never have to deal with it. You also don't have to deal with any customer service. So that is another thing that the vendor is just going to do for you. And you don't need to do any sales. So you don't need to do any phone sales or go door to door selling stuff or anything like that. All we do is we drive traffic and get paid. That's it. Another thing that makes this so different than a lot of the things that are out there is we actually do this every day. So this is our core business. This is all we do. This is all we've worked on for the past, X amount of years. We wake up every day and go to bed every night just doing this business. So we focus on harnessing what's called the compounding effect. So how to earn $1 online and turn it into an endlessly duplicating, fully automated income stream using only 3-day cycles. And we're going to get into that a little bit later in the presentation. So 99% of marketers actually ignore the approach we take. So we're not taking the path, or we're taking the path that is least traveled. So this is not a very saturated business model. There's not a ton of people that are doing it this way. So there's a ton of opportunity here for us. And best of all, like I was saying before, you don't need to have things like a massive email list. So you don't need to do any emailing at all. You don't need to create or drop ship any products. While you can still promote physical products, you don't actually have to ever touch these physical products. It all gets done for you by other people. And you don't even have to pay them to do this. Like, the vendors will just do it automatically. You don't need to ever deal with any needy customers. You don't need to have a massive budget, because the leverage is absolutely insane in this business. You get your money back within a week, and then you can just reinvest it. You don't need to create a brand or actually create a large following or anything like that, because you're paying for traffic. So you don't need to actually build an organic following on the platform that you're using. So you don't have to build a Facebook page and you create a bunch of posts every day and like really manage that all the time. You don't have to do any of that. And you don't have to do any sales. So this is extremely simple, and it works extremely well. So you can scale up bigger and faster with less risk than any other method that I've ever seen. And the beauty of us presenting this opportunity to you at this time is that the payouts are much higher than they used to be. This business has been going for a number of years, and it never has been this good, because product owners have finally realized that in order to make themselves rich, they need to also make their affiliates rich also. So this means a lot higher payouts for you, the affiliate. So the main profit of the vendors comes from having a new customer for life, so they can actually sell other products to, because they'll own the asset, which is the email list, which is what you're building for them when you send them a customer. So this means that you guys are in the right place at the right time. This isn't an opportunity that you come to and it's long in the tooth, it's been going for quite a while, and it's been saturated and it's been abused, and everybody's done it and made the money, and then you're just picking up the scraps. The payouts are better than ever before, and that just makes this a really golden opportunity right now. In the past, affiliate payouts on most physical products used to be around 5% commissions, and digital products were paying out 50%. So if you think about that, if you're selling a physical product for $50, you're only getting $2.50 to sell that product. It's pretty hard to make a decent living off $2.50 per sale. So now what they're doing is they're giving you between 40 and 60% on physical products, sometimes higher, which means, if you're selling a $50 physical product, you're actually making $25. So it's quite a huge difference. And usually on digital products, it's between 75 and 90%. So if you're selling, let's say, a digital product for $50 and you're getting a 90% commission, you're over $40. So you're pretty much making the full pop on selling that thing, and you don't even have to create the product. You guys might be wondering what kind of products that you'll actually be promoting, or what products that we promote. So it pretty much anything. That's the beauty of being an affiliate, is other people are constantly creating products, and all we do is we just grab one and sell it. So we just get a link and plug it into the platform, and then we just sell it and get a commission. So we can do, woodworking niche. We can do the dating and relationships niche. We can do smoothie powders, supplements, charcoal bags, air coolers, survival niche, weight loss, iPhone chargers, and more. There's just a ton of endless possibilities out there. So as you guys can see on the right of the screen, there's some examples of the physical products that we sold. So you see this table over here. It's a woodworking project. So we sell the plans to make that woodworking project. It's a digital offer. We've sold some smoothie powder. So obviously that's like for some weight loss. There's a book there about how to survive the apocalypse, which is surprisingly popular. Charcoal bags you have in the middle. An air cooler, that one sells really well in the summer, who would have guessed? And also some personal development stuff on the bottom. So as you can see, there's really no limits to what you can actually sell. So you can pretty much just do whatever you're passionate about. So there's 3 keys that you guys are going to have to know in order to build a $100,000 plus per year online business. There's 3 things that you absolutely need. 1 is the right product. Number 2 is a platform that converts. And number 3 is some reliable targeted traffic. So let's get into that. So number 1, picking the right product. There's a lot of fantastic offers that pay excellent commissions out there, like I was saying, but it might be a little bit trickier than you think to actually pick one that's a winner. So that's one of the things that we do for our students is we guide them to pick the right products to make sure that they actually succeed. Number 2, a platform that converts. So what you guys need is a simple page that presents an offer they desire in a way that makes them want to say yes 4 or more times. And I'll tell you why. So this 4 yeses approach to our simple pages originated from the groundbreaking research done by Stanford University professor of psychology and business, Robert Cialdini. He's also known as the best-selling author of the book Influence. I don't know if any of you are out there that have read this. If you have, you're probably in sales, but it's a fantastic book on understanding psychology and persuasion. So in order to make this book, in order to actually write this book, Robert needed to go out and actually do a ton of research. So what he did was he spent 3 years undercover applying for and training at used car dealerships, fundraising organizations, hotels, and telemarketing firms so that he could observe real life situations of persuasion and actually perform them himself to see how people reacted to different techniques and pretty much just different situations in general. So he documented all of these for his book. What he found was that not only will people go out of their way to behave consistently, but they will also feel positively about being consistent with their decisions. So with this in mind, commitment and consistency are powerful motivators to increase engagement and persuade others to fulfill their goals. So what does that mean for us? So that means that we can take this over to our marketing when we're trying to persuade somebody to buy a product with the ads that we're creating. So what we've taken out of this and applied to our stuff is designs that allow your prospects to say yes multiple times before asking for the sale are more likely to convert than all or nothing designs. So with this 4 yeses approach, what you want to do is to get the prospect saying yes at least 4 times before giving them a recommendation about the offer. So there's a ton of ways that we can do this. And usually it happens on your web page itself, which is where they get taken to after they've clicked on the advertisement from you. So there's a bunch of different ways that you can actually get them to say yes. For example, on the advertisement in the first graphic that you see here, you can ask them a question right off the start in your ad. So let's say you write something like, is it time to start getting your body beach ready for the summer? As a question in the very first line of your ad. Naturally, most people will respond to this with a yes, because maybe they hadn't realized it before, but yeah, summer's coming fast, and yeah, everybody wants to get beach ready for the most part, or at least it implies that, do you want to get fitter for the summer so that you could potentially go to the beach and take your shirt off without feeling bad? So most people are going to say yes to this. So it's just a little way that you can get them to say yes before moving on to the next step. So that's 1 yes out of the way. Then they go to our 4 yeses page, where we ask them a series of questions that they have to answer before they move on to the next step. So you could ask them 4 questions that would prompt them to say yes, and then have them click yes on the button would be the exact same as them committing to saying yes out loud. And then when they move to the next page, you've got 5 yeses out of the way. They've already complied with you 5 times. Then they go to the video sales letter, the VSL, and on the VSL, they're going to ask them to say yes a bunch of times again, because the vendors are really, really smart when they make their products. They know a ton about this psychology stuff that really makes people convert. So they're going to have a bunch of stuff in there as well. What this results in is massive commissions and a huge conversion rate for you, which means a lot of people that you send there are actually going to buy these products just because of this simple trick. And one of the things that we do for our students is we give them what we use in order to create these massive conversion rates. So we give them templates for ads and for pages. We give you guys literally everything that we use. We give you offers to promote as well. So there's absolutely no guesswork as to if the offer is actually going to work once you get them there. We give you templates for promoting these offers. So the whole thing is templated all the way through. All you got to do is plug it in and press go. And you'll have access to our 7-figure mastermind, which is where you can engage with us and other students who are on the same journey. And we give you much more. So what that results in is a completely unfair advantage compared to literally everybody else who's trying to do this as well. Number 3, reliable targeted traffic. So did you guys know that there's a huge amount of buyer-targeted traffic that you can tap into that virtually nobody knows about? We're going to show you this huge mountain of ignored buyer traffic that you can tap into, and we're going to show you how one of our students was able to get 4,351 customers in January of this year alone. These are his results on the right-hand side. He's made $170,300 in commissions just in that month. Now, obviously, with any business like this, there's going to be a traditional approach. So the traditional approach would be that if you're running Facebook ads, then you'd find out what their interest is. So, for example, if you're selling a dog training product, then you would just target people who love dogs. Super simple, super easy. You'd think that these are the best way to make conversions. So you would just run the ads and you'd keep the winners and spend more on those ads. And then you just keep testing variations pretty much to the same audience all the time, because people who love dogs are more likely to buy dog training products. That's the traditional approach. But there's huge holes in this approach. Unfortunately for everyone, if we're all doing the same thing, then the traffic costs go up, because buying traffic is like an auction. It's an auction-based system. So when you're going to bid for traffic, the more people that are at the same auction bidding for that same traffic, because if everyone's trying to sell the same dog product to the interest group that is people who love dogs, then we're all going to bid each other up. Kind of just like on Auction Hunters. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that show, but when they get the really good locker, they all start bidding on it really, really high, and somebody oftentimes just gets stiffed with a really, really overpriced locker. So that's kind of what happens when everybody's just doing this traditional approach to trying to buy their traffic. So why is it that simply spending more on ads doesn't work? Why is it that sometimes when you're making $100 a day profit off of spending $100, but you increase the budget to $300, you start losing? And what about people who need dog training, but who have never indicated to Facebook that they love dogs? So what about wasting money on the people who don't own dogs, who simply like dogs? Like, for example, you go around clicking on dog pictures because you think dogs are cute, and then you end up getting a bunch of ads about dog products. So this is a common reason why a bunch of marketers waste money. What about personal development and people who don't like Tony Robbins but need to get their life back on track and would love a personal development product if only they got hooked in? So as you can see, the holes in this approach become more and more apparent as we go on. At first glance, this might seem really weird. Facebook is kind of weird and they're not obvious, but they do this for a reason. So I'm going to show you guys how to make it work in your favor. The people that take the traditional approach target regular audiences. What we do is we target indirect audiences. So sometimes the regular audiences work, but when you combine it with indirect audiences, your money, your profit really takes off. So if you look on the graph, you'll see the swarm of people in the top right hand of the graph, and they're all bidding on the same traffic. So these are our auction hunters that are all after the very lucrative looking locker. So they're all trying to buy dog training traffic for people who love dogs to sell their dog offer. Naturally, there's a ton of people at this auction right now, and they're all bidding at the exact same. They're all bidding on the exact same traffic. So the price of traffic is going to go way up for everybody, not just one person. It's going to be everyone, because we're all using our algorithms to bid. So this is going to result in a bunch of people losing, a few people breaking even, and only one or two people making a little bit of money. But for the most part, they're going to be making it inconsistently. So what we do, we're the two guys in the bottom corner, in the bottom left corner down there. For us, we would probably target a specific brand of pet food. So while it's not the big generalized audience of I love dogs, people who are liking a dog food brand probably have a dog. So there's much less people who are going to be competing for that specific audience. So the price of traffic for us is much, much lower, which results in much more consistent returns and profits. We're also going to build a custom lookalike audience out of those buyers. So what that means is we're going to create an audience on Facebook that is exactly like the people who purchased our dog product. And we're going to target only people that are extremely similar to that buyer and have a completely new list of people that we can target. So This is how we're able to get 936,500 free buyer targeted audiences in the past 6 months. I want you guys to meet Ruben. Ruben made $170,300 in 30 days at only 20 years old using our systems. This is what Ruben had to say.
So before I met Nick, I was making a sale or two per day, and most days I wasn't even profitable. But after a 1 hour call with him and him showing me what was possible, my sales blew up in a matter of weeks, and now I'm profitable most days around $2,000, if not more. And believe this or not, but my best day was an $8,000 a day profit. Without Nick or Max, I probably would have been in some college program right now, going for a 9-to-5 job. So I honestly can't thank them enough.
Now, if you guys look at this Google Analytics screenshot below, you can see that 1.6 million visitors came to our page in the space of 1 year. So that's 235,745 visitors between January 1st and March 5th. With this kind of traffic, it's nearly impossible to not make money. Facebook is in a golden age for marketers right now. You can laser target what works and exclude what doesn't. What this means is it's easier than ever to find the users that are actually going to be interested in your products on Facebook because of how smart their algorithm is at matching what you want to sell to the customers that are going to buy it. This is Mark V. He's made $61,851 in 1 month to finally quit his corporate sales job. This is what Mark has to say.
By taking action on the coaching that Nick has given me, I have more than doubled the amount of money I make on a daily basis. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is that my Facebook advertising campaigns are now making me the same, if not more money, than my corporate sales job does.
You guys might be wondering, well, if it's so easy, why doesn't everybody just do it? Well, the thing is, it never was this easy before. In 2018, people were getting ad accounts kicked out left and right. What that means is Facebook was just shutting people down for running non-compliant ads and non-compliant products. So as a result, they have more people using Facebook than ever before, which is 2.2 billion active users. Due to all these marketers being kicked off of Facebook, it's become less competitive than it has ever been before and more profitable than ever before. It's actually pretty crazy. So look at these results. As you can see, we've turned $458 into $1,951 below. We've also had a couple that have turned $184 into $1,300, $238 into $1,500, and these results just go on. This is only one of our advertising campaigns, and yeah, it's a good one. This is just what's possible with Facebook advertising today. And honestly, this campaign is kind of just a set it and forget it for us. So we haven't even put in too much work in order to get these numbers out. We just set this up, let it run, and these are the results it spat out. So I want to introduce you guys to the snowball scaling method. I'm going to explain to you how our money is able to compound so fast using this business model. So here's a quick example. We're starting out at $25 a day for a budget. So what that means is we're spending about $175 per week. We're aiming for all of our students to get 100% return on investment. So what that would mean is 100% of 175 is 175. So if we're spending 175 per week and making 100% ROI, that's 175 profit. So 175 turns into 350 at the end of the week as long as we can hit these numbers. And honestly, the number's not that high for this business model. This is a pretty average return. A lot of our students are making 200 plus, 300, 350, 400% ROI. So after week one, we'll turn 175 into $350. Then we get paid out by the ad network every week. So we spend 175 on Facebook. Everybody makes their purchases and whatnot on the ad network, and then the ad network pays us our commissions at the end of the week, so they give us back $350. Week two, we take that $350, we reinvest it, and then we turn that into $700 at our 100% ROI. What we do then is, after the ad network pays us out, we reinvest it and turn the $700 into $1,400 as long as we can maintain our numbers. That $1,400 then gets reinvested in week 4 and turns that into $2,800. Can you guys see how quickly this actually compounds at this rate? So how quickly could you replace your current income at this rate, guys? Put a 1 in the question box if you could replace your current income within 1 to 2 months with this method. Seeing a lot of 1s, couple twos, couple no's. Wow, you guys are making a lot of money for the twos. Good for you. But yeah, most people say that they could replace their current income within 1 month with this system. So that's great, guys. I want to introduce you guys to one of our best students. His name is Robbie. Robbie made $980,000 in a single month. That's almost $1 million a month. This is what Robbie had to say.
But then once I met Nick, that's when things changed. He kind of showed me what was possible, because I thought I was doing pretty good. I thought $200-300 in profit per day. Man, I'm just living the dream, right? In fact, most of my days I'm at 140% ROI, 150% ROI. Best day this month has been $19,000 in 1 day in profit.
The point I'm trying to get at, guys, is you don't want to do the traditional approach. As of 2019, Facebook's become even easier to drive targeted, scalable traffic, but only if you don't do the traditional approach. If you do the approaches that worked in 2017, then what you're going to do is you're going to encounter the same issues that others have had in recent times. So too much competition, the prices are too high, or their ads are just going to get disapproved and wiped out. There's 2.2 billion people that are now actively using Facebook, and that number is only growing. Facebook's really smart. So don't try and chase your tail by outsmarting their thousands and thousands of coders that are sitting there building their algorithms every day. That can work if you know some black hat techniques, which means some cheating techniques that you're not allowed to do and you get banned for, but it's really not the right game to be playing if you want to be able to scale to big numbers comfortably like we do. Facebook's not all bad, by the way. Now, when I talk about Facebook banning people, they're not out to get you. A lot of people have this perception of advertising platforms as the big bad wolf, that they don't want them to spend any money on advertising. They don't want them to make any money, but that's just simply not true. The only way that Facebook actually makes money is if you spend money on their platform. All they want to do is they just want to protect their user base, because if a bunch of people put ads out that are wiping out their user base, then they're never going to make any money and their whole business goes under. So they're just trying to protect their asset. So what that means is if your warm page causes people to come back to Facebook for another day and spend more time on there and have a happy experience, then they're going to reward you with better quality traffic at lower prices. So there might be some of you that are currently marketing on Facebook, and if you're trying to battle it out with them with the disapproved ads and stuff like that, you probably want to change up your ads and make them a little bit cleaner. You'll make a lot more money that way, trust me. What we're going to teach you guys in our platform, and one of the strategies that we've used to become so successful, is just modeling success. But you have to be careful to not model what doesn't work. A lot of people out there use spy tools, and they look at other people's ads, but what they don't realize is that half of the ads out there aren't actually profitable, maybe even more than half. So if you're out there to try and copy people and you're just modeling your campaign on what's failing for somebody else, chances are it's going to fail for you too. How we separate ourselves from the pack is we have our own brain trust. We all test among ourselves, report our results to the group internally, and then we create templates based on those results. We try these on a bunch of different niches, and then when they work, we model that success and replicate that out further with our current students. So our students just succeed better because they're given templates that are well tested and modeled from other successes that we've seen in our own testing. This is as opposed to doing what a bunch of other courses do and just give the students a vague idea of what to do and then ask them to go ahead and just pioneer it all themselves. We've kind of given you guys an idea, so here, go do it, go nuts. We don't do that. We'd much rather take the approach that is a lot more work for us, but gives our students a lot higher chance of succeeding. So we'll go out there and do all the heavy lifting for you, and then all you get to do is just plug in our stuff that we've already proven to work and press the go button. Now, what about scaling? Scaling is one of the most common pitfalls that people fall into, and it's the hardest part of the game. So we have different approaches to scaling when it comes to being profitable. Different methods are always going to work under different circumstances. It's kind of a moving target. So one of the things that we've discovered is that the traditional approach of creating a bunch of ads and then spending more on one that does well is really not a great way of scaling your traffic. What that leads to is, for example, a successful $50 a day ad becoming unprofitable when you're scaling it to $200 a day. So just changing the budget from 50 to 200 is going to sabotage your results. Yet our top students have been able to scale all the way up to $10,000 plus per day in ad spend. And we still do that at high rates of profit. So why do we do that? Well, because we understand Facebook's algorithm. We've done the research, we've done the work, we've spent the time testing and the money testing. So we actually understand, because we've looked under the hood, we understand how the systems work and how to leverage them properly. So we know what they're looking for, what optimal placement settings are, and what optimal budgets are. For example, it's often better to just set up 4 duplicate ads at $50 a day each than it is to have one ad running at $200 a day. But then other times, it's actually better to spend more on an existing ad than on multiples. So like I said before, it's a moving target. And unless you guys have done the research, spent the time and spent the money to actually be able to look under the hood and dissect the results, you're not really going to have your finger on the pulse to be able to tell. So that being said, there are so many other keys to scaling that we share with our private students, like our doppelganger scaling method and our accelerator method for rapid scaling of traffic. Another thing that we show you how to do is we show you how to set rules in place in order to make sure that you don't spend too much on any given day if it happens to be less profitable than normal. Also, if you have to go out and work a job, you don't just have time to sit around all day and run ads like me. You can just set those rules so that your campaigns manage themselves while you're not at home on the computer. Now, I find sharing all this stuff so exciting with you guys because so many students have actually been succeeding with our methods, and I really hope you can see the power of all this. We even have a couple of 50-plus-year-old women who don't know each other, by the way, who each started with us not too long ago, and they've both been able to learn this and have their first $1,000 days with us recently. Another thing that's different about our approach is our take on sales psychology when doing our marketing. Now, I know I've spoken about it a little bit before with our 4 yeses method, but I'm going to take it a little bit deeper here. So traditionally, what people look at is an approach of getting attention, interest, desire, and action with tons and tons of hype. So they just give their audience a lot of promises in their ad and so forth, even if some of them aren't necessarily true. So that approach, unfortunately, leads to ad account shutdowns, or at the very least, rejection of ads from running. We look at things differently. We don't actually make too many promises. We just tell the truth. You can still achieve attention, interest, desire, action, and adding to that, overcoming objections, elements of proof, and much more without actually needing to sound like a used car salesman on your page. With our warm pages approach, people come to your page and they actually feel like you're a trusted advisor or a trusted authority. And yet, when it's done in the right way with the right templates, they'll still buy from your affiliate link and they can still carry on with feeling happy even if they didn't buy and go back to reading other items in their newsfeed. This goes back to giving the users a really good Facebook experience so that Facebook rewards us with that cheaper traffic. This will produce better results than what a lot of people get, as they think they have to put a bunch of sales psychology in their ads. We also don't just focus on the hottest selling products right now, which is what a lot of people do, nor do we focus on the lowest sellers. We spy on our competitors, we test promising offers, and we uncover what works. Then we give the students our templates that we've used, hence the high rate of success. So for all those reasons, that's what makes this unlike anything else that you've ever seen out there before when it comes to making money online. Now, I know I talk a little fast sometimes, and this may feel kind of like you're getting fire hosed. So I just want to ask you guys, are you getting information overload yet? Type a 1 into the question box if you're actually getting information overload right now, and type a 2 into the question box if we're moving at a good pace and you're actually getting some good information that you can digest at a reasonable rate. Saw a lot of 2s, got some 1s in there. So if this is a lot of information for you guys, this is kind of just basic level stuff for us. We get into a lot more in the course, and we explain everything in just bite-sized pieces of information so that you guys can understand it. So don't worry if this was a little bit complex for you. The course is very, very newbie friendly. Now, for those of you who came to the webinar late, I just want to do a recap of our exclusive system. So what we do is we sell digital products online and we get paid a commission to do it. What we do is we buy paid traffic on ad networks. So we create an ad and we pay Facebook, for example, to send potential buyers to our ad. So it's just like having a commercial on TV. We'll show people our ad and hopefully they'll click through and buy the product. After they click on our ad, they're taken to a simple landing page template. The simple landing page template is just going to give them a little bit of information about the product, warm them up, and if they like it, they'll click through to the offer, which is going to give them the option to buy. After they make their buying decision, so whether they buy or not, we're going to go back and look at which ads worked and which ones didn't. So we're going to switch off the ones that didn't work, and we're going to keep the ones that did work on. We're also going to create a retargeting audience to target the people that are extremely similar to the ones who've bought, and then we're going to scale up all the winning ads, and we're going to test new variations. We're then going to reinvest our profits and look for more potential buyers, and the cycle continues on again. So like I was saying before, you don't actually need any clients for this business. You don't have to go knocking on doors, and you don't have to cold call any business owners. You don't have to do any fulfillment, collect payments, or house any inventory. So this is not like the e-commerce business model. You don't need to own an online store or spend a ton of time creating one, and you don't need to actually have a product because the vendors are creating the products for you. You don't actually need to do any customer service, and you don't actually need to do any sales, like phone sales, for example, or going door to door to sell your products. All we do is drive traffic and get paid. That's it. At this point, you may have some questions going through your mind, so I'm going to try and address a couple of those before we move on. One of the questions might be, will this work even if I've never set up a page before online and I've never made a single dollar online? Yes, absolutely. We've designed the entire system to be extremely newbie friendly so that anybody, we could just pick somebody off the street, bring them inside, sit them down, make them go through our training and follow it step by step. They could make money online. That's how we've designed the system. So yes, absolutely. If you've never made any money online before and you don't know what you're doing, it's very possible to succeed with our system. Question number 2, you might also be thinking, will it work if I'm not good on computers? Like I said before, this whole thing so that people who aren't good on computers or are unfamiliar with the online business models are able to succeed with this. So yes, absolutely, it can work if you're not good on computers. In fact, we've had a bunch of extremely successful students who started out not knowing anything about computers. Another thing you might be wondering if you're a little bit more experienced is, what if my ad account gets shut down? Well, that's a really easy one. We'll be teaching you in the course how to harvest an unlimited amount of ad accounts. So even if you lose 10 ad accounts, you'll be completely fine because you'll have 10 more on hand. On top of that, we're going to have a specialized team of people on support ready to help you get your account back if all else fails. You might also be thinking, how long is it going to take for me to make my first sale? We've had students make sales as early as their very first day using our templates. So while we cannot guarantee that your results will be the same, we have produced those results. So the possibilities are endless. It all just depends on how much action you take. Some more common questions that we get all the time is, do you need to be in the USA in order to run this business? And the answer is no, absolutely not. That's the beauty of it. You can do this from absolutely anywhere in the world as long as you have an internet connection and a laptop. Do you need a big budget to get started? No, you definitely don't need a big budget, but you do need somewhat of a budget. So we've had students start for as low as $5 to $20 a day, and they've become huge successes. Do you need to be tech savvy to do this business? No, we show you everything step by step in the course so that you can just walk through it, pause the video, do a step, and unpause and keep moving through. Is saturation a problem? No, saturation is not a problem because there's thousands and thousands of offers on the networks for you to promote. There's also billions of people on Facebook for you to promote to, and there's tons of different interest targetings and stuff. So there's just not enough money in the world to really run the traffic out. So with our business model, you can actually skip most of the common problems that come with most online business models. We've been consistently perfecting and updating the system over the last 2 to 3 years to make it the simplest, fastest way to scale up big time with the lowest risks and the highest profit potential. It's brand new for 2019 and it's better than ever. Absolutely everything you need to build this business for yourself is included in our Quit 9 to 5 Academy program. This is what building an online business with Quit 9 to 5 Academy can do for you. We could eliminate your money problems forever. You could have unlimited family time, so time to do whatever you want, when you want. You could have a secure retirement. How much money would you actually need every single day in order for you to retire comfortably? You could be your own boss and work from home. Imagine not having to wake up to an alarm clock anymore and just waking up naturally. Or maybe you just want your wife or husband to be able to quit their job so you can spend more time with them, or just get them out of working some sort of a labor job that's really, really hard on them. You could give your kids the opportunities that you never had. So maybe they have a talent for sports and they really want to be able to play on a sports team. Maybe they want to be able to go to a private school or get a better education. Maybe they want to go to university and you can just pay their tuition. You can get the financial freedom that you've always wanted, the location freedom to be where you want to be, and the ultimate time freedom to live your own life on your terms. Quit 9 to 5 Academy operates a very simple 8-step cycle. Everything we've taught you today falls under this simple 8-step cycle that just keeps turning over and over to keep generating income every single day. We start with competition spying. So we find what our competitors are promoting successfully, and then we model it. We do our market research. So we find out exactly what audiences are converting for the specific products that we want to promote. Then we do a bunch of testing and we track and analyze our results. Once we found a winner, we trim the fat and kill all the losing ad sets. Then we create variations and we scale them up. It's really that simple. In your first 4 weeks in the program, you'll see how we do this. Michael started with us just in February, and he's already made a commission of $2,876. This is in his first 4 weeks running traffic. And Mark, who's made $61,851 in 1 month to quit his corporate sales job. He says, by taking action on the coaching Nick has given me, I have more than doubled the amount of money I make on a daily basis. What I'm trying to tell you is that my Facebook advertising campaigns are now making me the same, if not more money than my corporate sales job does. And Ruben, who made $170,000 in just 30 days at only 20 years old. He says, before I met Nick, I was only making a sale or two per day, and most days I wasn't even profitable. But after a 1-hour call and him showing me what was possible, my sales blew up in a matter of weeks, and I'm extremely profitable most days, like $2,000 plus. I've even had an $8,000 day. Without this training, I probably would have gone into some college program right now and just been doing a 9 to 5 job. And this is Margot, who's happy to say that she's had her first $1,000 day. She remembers when her goal was only $100 per day, but now that she's reached that $1,000 threshold, she knows that if she can get there, she can scale up even more. Now, without further ado, I'm going to show you exactly what we're going to give you when you invest in the Quit 9 to 5 Academy system today. You'll get job killer number 1, the Innovator Blueprint. This is our secret formula that you can't get anywhere else that shows you step by step how the process works, including templates to make it super easy to implement. This blueprint also reveals how we get ultra successful affiliate marketers to write all our ad copy, design all our images, and create all of our funnels for free. This blueprint is your key to successful financial freedom and could change your life forever. This is why our students are so successful. This comes at a $2,997 value. You'll get job killer number 2, the Brain Trust. You'll be invited to get on a weekly call with Nick and myself, as well as other successful beta students, where we keep you updated on what is working right now, new opportunities, and you can have all of your questions answered by us live. You can get tips from the people who are exactly in the same position you are right now and have built over $1,000 per day businesses. You get to pick our brain and get your questions answered live. We eliminate all of the guesswork for you. You get to learn from our successes and failures. This comes at a $2,997 value. You'll get job killer number 3, the $1 Million Swipe File. These are done for you plug and play templates. You get access to the exact ad copy, images, targeting, and pre-sale pages that we use to crush it every single day. You'll have our ready to launch affiliate campaigns, where not only will we teach you how to mine for gold, but we will also give you a list of the hottest and highest converting offers on the market. The niches that these products are in $1 billion plus industries, so there's absolute zero niche saturation. We've literally done it for you. This comes at a $4,997 value. You'll get job killer number 4, the Success Predictor. This is our top secret vault of successful ads. This is how we know if any offer is making money and how we green light profitable offers. This is how we can start out on almost any offer profitably from day one. It allows you to know what all the top dogs are running before you even invest 1 cent on traffic. It eliminates 99% of the risk and serves up new winning offers all the time. This comes at a $2,997 value. You'll get job killer number 5, the vendor VIP club. You'll have access to the vendor relationships that we've spent years cultivating. You get to bypass the occasional red tape that some affiliates face with our private black book. This accelerates your results. You'll see money rolling in much faster. You'll get priority pixel placement and pay bumps that are normally reserved for super affiliates that run huge volume. Imagine how much it would help if your yearly salary got a 20% bump. This comes at a $2,497 value. You'll get job killer number 6, the untapped offer hunter. This gives you the ability to be one of the first to promote a hot new offer when profit margins are at their highest. We tell you when an offer is heating up so you can jump in with us. We filter everything and slice and dice the data. We do all the research, turning a slow process into a fast one. And it eliminates the barrier to scaling. Just imagine having to analyze hundreds of offers one by one. You can be the first in line to run the hottest offers. This comes at a $1,497 value. You'll get job killer number 7, the 7-figure mastermind. The members only Facebook community is locked down and strictly private to the Quit 9 to 5 Academy family, so you can connect and mastermind with fellow members and keep your finger on the pulse of advanced new tactics. This is another avenue to ask questions and get support. We're in the group every single day. This is a way for you guys to get motivation, support, and connections. And this comes at a $1,497 value. You'll get job killer number 8, expert coaching. You'll get unbeatable support with our rapid response help desk. Our team of expert coaches know the system inside and out. You'll also get a second layer of support with streamlined access to us, Nick and myself. We've got you covered. If you're worried about anything at all, don't be. We've helped thousands of people build successful online businesses, and we can help solve any problem that you have. The support we provide involves a huge investment of time on our part. That's why this is priced at a $9,997 value. But what's our coaching really worth? Well, Nick and I charge $12,000 per month for our one-on-one coaching. Our panel of expert coaches are already earning thousands per month from doing this, and they can each charge $5,000 per month minimum. And you're getting access to all of this and more. But there's a catch. There are 5 fast action bonuses for action takers. These bonuses are only available to the people who are on this call who invest now on this webinar. They are special bonus number 1, the Be the Vendor Masterclass. Have you ever wished Quit 9 to 5 Academy members could be promoting your hot offer? How do you even get an offer created and set up in the first place? That's where this incredible masterclass program comes in, created and filmed by one of ClickBank's top 5 vendors of all time. This comes at a $2,497 value. Special bonus number 2, the profit calculator. Figure out exactly how much you're making on each ad set in order to maximize profits and scale like an 8-figure marketer using our custom-built calculator that allows you to reverse engineer your way to success. This comes at a $500 value. Special bonus number 3, the ad account harvester. Minimize your risk of ad account shutdowns thanks to our exclusive compliance checklist cheat sheet. Never worry about ad account shutdowns again. Also, no matter how perfectly compliant you are with your ads, you may possibly still have to deal with ad account shutdowns. Learn the top secret ad account harvester trick that all our super affiliates use to stay well protected and have an unlimited supply of ad accounts ready to go at all times. This comes at a $500 value. Special bonus number 4, the ad account shutdown crew. With our course being specifically designed to be beneficial for both you and the sources of traffic you're using, it greatly reduces the likelihood of receiving an ad account shutdown. However, there's always that possibility, especially when Facebook and other traffic sources tend to use a quick algorithm to perform fast reviews on websites. That's why we assembled our ad account shutdown crew. This is a set of specialists on our team who are there to assist you with getting your advertiser account back up and running or a new one in place for anything that goes wrong with your account. We do give you a lot of prevention methods in the program, though it's still nice to know we have your back and that's not a problem if this does occur. This comes at a $500 value. Special bonus number 5, get a free ticket to our live San Diego event. Come to San Diego to learn directly from Nick, myself, and other super affiliate mentors. The dates are to be announced. It will be soon after you've gone through the complete Quit 9 to 5 Academy Master Blueprint program. Sessions will be recorded and you'll be given access if you can't attend live. This comes at a $1,000 value. Now, just to recap what you're going to get when you join this life-changing program, you'll receive our full Innovator Blueprint. This is our complete secret formula that you can't get anywhere else that shows you step-by-step how the process works, including templates to make it super easy to implement. This blueprint is your key to successful financial freedom and could change your life forever. You'll also receive full access to the Brain Trust, our job-killing swipe file, the Success Predictor, and the Vendor VIP Club. This is where you get some significant bumps in your commissions and is easily worth joining just to get access to this alone. You'll also receive the Untapped Offer Hunter, full access to our 7-figure mastermind, and our expert coaching. Not to forget all the fast action bonuses if you join right now on this webinar. These are only guaranteed for the first 20 action takers, so make sure that you don't miss out. They are bonus number 1, the Be the Vendor Masterclass. Bonus number 2, the Profit Calculator. Bonus number 3, the Ad Account Harvester. Bonus number 4, the Ad Account Shutdown Crew. And bonus number 5, the live San Diego event, for a total combined value of $34,473. This program, software, and community was developed almost over 2 years. Creating our Innovator Blueprint and overall Quit 9 to 5 Academy program took thousands of hours of systematizing, templating, researching, and assisting beta testing students. We had to hire successful students of ours on high retainers in order to make sure that we have the time available to provide super high-level support, unlike anything I've ever seen before. The total development cost of the Quit 9 to 5 Academy program were $263,500. And this does not even include the hundreds of thousands we've personally spent on years of testing ads and offers. This is extremely limited. Our personal time is being invested supporting members. We have an amazing team of coaches, but our time and our coaches' time is very limited. We have a limited number of money-making products. We just can't bring in thousands of members. The spaces will fill up fast, and we're going to shut down as soon as we hit capacity, just like we always do. We're going to be kicking things off on Friday of this week, and we have no plans to ever reopen. This will not be available for long. We have not reopened any of our last 5 training programs. When the doors close, they are closed. This has the potential to change your life. Do not miss out on this. We're giving you immense value today on this webinar. You won't pay $34,473. You won't even pay $14,997. But if all this program does is allow you to clear your debts and pay the rent and mortgage every month, would this be worth paying $9,997 for? If all this does is set you up for a comfortable retirement, would this be worth paying $9,997 for? If all this does is give you an extra $5,000 per month for the foreseeable future, would this be worth spending $9,997 for? Well, you won't even pay $9,997. You won't even pay $4,997. If you invest in Quit 9 to 5 Academy today, you can get complete access for 3 payments of $997. In fact, you can actually get started for even less. We're going to give you an instant payment discount of $494. So to take advantage of this discount, there's 3 steps. Step 1, go to the URL you see on your screen right now. Step 2, make your investment. And step 3, get started. Guys, we're 100% committed to your success, and we will do whatever it takes as long as it takes to ensure that you succeed. So we're giving you 100% money back guarantee. You get to try this risk-free for 30 days. To take advantage of this, step 1 is to go to the URL you see on your screen right now. Step 2, make your investment. And step 3, get started. Again, guys, we're 100% committed to your success. will do anything it takes for as long as it takes to ensure that you succeed. Now, you might be wondering, okay, great. I'm 100% covered for the investment in Quit 9 to 5 Academy, but what happens if I follow the training and I just can't get it to work? Well, we're announcing our double your money back guarantee. As long as you follow every step of the training curriculum without deviation and actively use our support system and our tools and resources, we guarantee to not only refund your purchase, but double your money back if for some reason you're unable to make sales. This guarantee is a Quit 9 to 5 Academy special. The payment processor will not be paying this out. It's coming directly out of our own pockets. That's just how confident we are that you will be successful with our program. We want to change your life and don't want anything to prevent you from giving this a try. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So don't wait any longer to sign up. Spaces are filling up fast and they're only available on a first come, first served basis. We're very limited in the number of people we can help, so you need to move fast or you're going to miss out. I just want to warn you guys, the registration period is ending soon. If you visit the URL below and see that it's sold out, well, I'm sorry, but you missed it. By waiting just one more day to register, you risk letting technical issues, life, or anything else get in your way. Once the registration period ends, that's it. 0 extra people will be allowed in. Last time we had people begging us to let them in. They're still waiting, and they have been for the past 12 long months. So here's what you're going to need to do right now. Go to the URL below and fill out the registration form. Log on to the private members area and watch the welcome video. Get started with the pre-class materials and get ready for the kickoff call. Do not wait another second. Wow, guys, I'm really seeing a lot of people jump in here. Sam just signed up. Kendra just hopped in. Trevor says, I'm super stoked on this, man. Well, that's awesome. These bonuses are going really quick, guys. If you're thinking of hopping in, now would be the time. So why Quit 9 to 5 Academy? In short, time. Remember how long it took us to get this on our own. We can condense your learning curve from years into just 8 weeks. And this is 100% proven to work. John says, thank you so much, dude. I'm amazed at how fast I've had success and I'm just getting started. Really, I'm just a product of your excellent course. Funny you should mention quitting my job. I've been thinking about it a lot lately. I'm so ready to quit and pursue this full time. Jason says, I purchased just about every online advertising course before I joined the Quit 9 to 5 Academy program. With Nick as my awesome coach and guide, I quickly got up to speed with the program and made my initial investment back within the first few weeks. I was proud to get on the ClickBank leaderboard and actually held the number 3 position briefly. I kept on rolling with the punches. After 11 weeks in the program, I've generated a total of almost $16,000 in commissions. Sam says, before I joined the mentor program, I was losing money every day. It took me less than 1 month to have my first $1,000 day. I've been doing this for about 6 months now, and I've actually quit my job and do internet marketing full time.